So Stan, obviously you've been with the affiliate for years. I want you to talk about when you first initially started and what was your first spark to volunteer with Habitat.
Am I talking to you or camera?
Talking to me.
Okay. I've been with them a little over 9 years, and my motivation was to do construction because when I was coming from high school into college, I wanted to be a carpenter, and my mom wanted me to go to business school.
Aw.
As usual, mom won. So I was looking for something to do when I retired to kind of like give back to society. I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah.
And so I saw, hey, we're driving by one day at the store. My wife said, why don't you volunteer at Habitat and build houses? And unfortunately, you weren't building any houses. So I spent my first 2 years with Habitat at the retail store, which is interesting because I spent 30 years in retailing, running retail companies and things like that. So I helped a lot out there. I did the commercials. I did a lot of stuff a lot of marketing stuff for that. So that's my background.
And that was the Restore in its current location or downtown?
Current location was just after it had moved from its downtown location.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And obviously we've almost gotten to the point where we have outgrown the current Restore location.
Really?
What was it like in those first few years at that site?
Well, we were struggling. In other words, how do you sign a store? Or how do you merchandise flow a store? The basic stuff. How do you price the merchandising? I always sensed that the pricing was pretty on the low side. I mean, we were giving couches away for 25 bucks. I mean, type of a thing. I mean, even at the current prices, I mean, everything is a bargain. And the reason people come there is obviously it's a value. And then you have a different customer base who comes in there for antiquing to build stuff and make stuff with it. So it was different. I mean, we were always structuring. We had so much merchandise that we were stacking it up and that. And the way the current store is operated, I think the flow is much better. It's more customer friendly. It's more conducive to shopping. Stuff isn't, you know, the old thing, stack it high and let it fly type of a thing. So no, I like the way the new store looks a lot better. We were just in growing stages, so in the beginning.
What do you remember about some of the volunteers and other staff in the Restore in the early days?
They were a unique group of people that were very dedicated. I mean, very dedicated. I would see that I volunteered 2 days a week, Wednesday and Thursdays, and it was always the same people there. And Adam was the one who was driving the truck at the time, so he was doing that. And so the team was it was a well-oiled team. They worked well together. They knew each other. We had fun. It was. I got to be honest with you. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But not what I wanted to do. I wanted to build houses.
Right. So obviously, after the first couple of years in the Restore, you were on some construction sites.
Yes,
What were some of the first construction days like?
Oh, they were unique. We didn't have the tool out we have now. We used to kind of bring our own tools, borrow tools from each other. The first site was shortly after Kaya came on board. It was on 5th in Mississippi, is where we did our first location, and it was a challenge. There wasn't a real manager on board at the time, and then they came and things started smoothing out. So the difference between that site and this site with Jeremy running things here is like night and day difference. I mean, first of all, we actually have tools, which helped matters. So it was unique. We were roughing it, but we were having fun doing it. So
when you wanted to do carpentry in high school, was that just a dream at that time, or when you actually started volunteering in construction, did something surprise you?
I was familiar with it because I went to a technical school when I was in Chicago, you know, so I knew about it. I was surprised on how you could how when you're building a house, every layer adds to another layer, adds to another layer to refine the house and the way to look. I mean, you see a rough structured house and then you see this gorgeous finished house, they really look day and night different. And I realized how you add a layer on to cover up what you did before, till you have a finished looking house. It's really interesting. It's you know, there is a pattern to it, there is a logic to it, there is a flow to it.
Yeah.
So no, it was very different. I mean, I never built a house. I figured you guys trained me. You were paying me so well, so I got trained.
And obviously the whole ethos of Habitat is to train, guide, and mentor people. Is there a time you made a mistake on a construction site that you learned from?
How can you not make a mistake? Come on. I mean, you made mistakes, but you always had someone there to help you through the process. And you had to be smart. You had to ask the questions and you had to ask the right questions. So did I make mistakes? Yes. Did the house end up having mistakes? No, because Curtis was incredible to work with in houses. I mean, we had some difficult houses that were remodeling. One of the oldest houses in La Crosse we remodeled. Here we're remodeling one of the oldest houses. So the team that guide you, they would watch you, and you had to have smart enough to say, hey, how do I actually do this? And when I'm at this stage, ask, hey, Curtis, is this right? And then you say, no, you got to do it this way. So you make mistakes, but you don't end up with a mistake is the key. Everything is always fixed. So no, there was the first house we did, I always refer to it as a two-time house because we did everything twice.
Yeah.
Till we got it right. I think we did roof 3 times.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Those are some words of wisdom.
Yeah, it's a learning process, but you do have qualified people on site. And I think that's why you have certain teams who have been working. I mean, if you look at jumping ahead to the past and look at the current, you have a core group of people. Like if I have a question on something, I just ask Greg, who's been doing it for a long time, and we work together as a team. And there's Mark and Jerry on the Thursday team, and you usually get a good team, and they come to this job site every day, and we just have fun. I mean, we do we razz each other a lot. Yeah. So no, but you always have someone there to help you if you have a question. And there's always someone looking over your shoulder, kind of unofficially too. So no, it is day and night difference, and it's great to have a good core team.
Yeah, it sounds like the tables have turned. Now you might be in the position to help support or mentor people. Is there a moment when the light bulb went off for someone?
I think that how can I say this? I don't try to mentor people, and it's not that I don't want to. It's that I used to be a boss when I was in the real world, in the business world, and I don't want to do that. I just want to be an employee, a worker bee. I want to be a worker bee.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to take a management role on. I've managed too much in my career, so now it's for me to sit back and say, okay, how do I do this? And I ask for help a lot. So, but when we have crews, I really do mentor the crews. Obviously, we had one time we had a group from, Metropolitan Spa.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to be an interesting build. And there were 3 ladies on the crew that were incredible because their dads were craftsmen, general managers. And then they had the other ones where I was thinking, oh, broken nails and that. But it turned out it was pretty interesting. It was fun, yes. So I did mentor on when we have the cruise job sites type of thing. Yeah, I do mentor them. But crew we have here today, they're well experienced. They know what they're doing. They don't need mentoring. They mentor us.
Definitely. Is there something about Habitat's mission of affordable housing that resonates with you?
Well, I truly believe in the mission. I mean, I think affordable housing is a challenge. I look at now, and I remember my wife and I were just recently talking about it. The first house we bought was for $43,000 in Chicago, and we sold it for $63,000. And now the house is on the market for $400,000. And I look and say, how can young people afford a house? People that need a nice place to live. So I truly believe in the mission, and I'm glad to help to get people in a house. I think, let's just say that's a falling of our government. We haven't really kept up with the housing markets. So I think people need a home. And when you look at poverty and all that, a house is your biggest wealth builder in your career. You want people to have that opportunity. So that's kind of why, I had that opportunity, it wasn't handed to me, but I worked hard for it. And now I'm just saying, it's my turn to give back to other people. That's why I like doing this.
Aw. Very nice.
I enjoy doing this. I actually get upset when I can't do it. My wife will say, well, we got to go out of town this Wednesday. I go, no. When my friends want to do something like trout fishing or say any day but Wednesday, or someone wants a doctor appointment, any day but Wednesday, I miss when I'm not here. I get upset about that. So I really enjoy doing this. Yeah. And part of it, and I have to say quite candidly, is the camaraderie of the team. That's why when you have the Wednesday crew, you got the Thursday crew, and then you got Al on Friday, Saturday. So you got different crews and different personalities, and things work together. It's a lot of fun. Do
you want to expand on the camaraderie bit?
Well, when guys get together, they kind of razz each other a lot in fun. How do you do something? You learn from each other. Some people are better at one thing than other people are. I mean, I like doing siding, and I'll do that for hours on hours a whole day, and I do that well. So when people have a siding question, they come ask me. If I got some concrete question, I go to someone else. So I think the camaraderie, first of all, it's a good experience. It's a bonding experience. And you also know what each individual's strengths are. So if you have a question, I mean, I think of Curtis, who was getting bombarded from 5 different places to answer stuff. He was running. So it's nice having someone say, that you know is good at that. You say, hey, what do I do here? And then they help each other out. So yeah, it's a camaraderie plus a bonding experience. I enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. One of the last few questions I want to ask as we're wrapping up here is, in your almost a decade with our Habitat affiliate, how have you seen our organization grow and expand over time?
Oh my God. Kaya has done an incredible job. I will say that right up front, because I got on board just shortly after she took over as the director. And she was doing the mission, and we were doing all the remodels and the events and all this stuff to try to grow it. But the staff wasn't there to do it, okay? So we kind of did it, but kind of not did it as well. And when I look at Habitat now, I see a real professional staff, the right people in the right jobs, in a smooth running operation. So we're getting a lot more done. I mean, we were lucky to do 1 house or 2 houses a year. Now what, we got 10 going on right now, if not more. I mean, so I just seen a night and day difference. I mean, going from a little kid just learning to walk to running marathons now. It's clicking, the machine is working. Like I said, everyone's doing a good job, and the right people in the right jobs, keeping it moving, and I think that's important. I see the growth of the corporate office has been incredible, and I think that helps us. And in the field, having Jeremy, when we had Curtis, now we have Eric. There's a certain degree of quality in the workmanship that is happening as a result of that. So the operation is smoother. Because I remember sometimes we'd be sitting around 2 hours on a job site waiting for materials and things like that. Now everything runs smooth, just much smoother. And again, having the right tools makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And having enough of them. So no, I see a totally mature organization, very mature.
Yeah. Good. How is the perspective different as a board member than a volunteer?
I've never been a board member, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've been a board member of other companies, so I think we have more fun.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This is not work. This is fun.
Yeah.
So I think the volunteer has more fun than the board member.
Yeah.
Board member has to worry about the business side of things. I don't have to worry about the business side. That's your problem. I'm just here to do the job and to help people.
Yeah. And I mean, the previous volunteer we talked with, Charlene, also emphasized what you mentioned, that this is your social circle and this is your opportunity to get out and interact with your neighbors.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah, it's a great organization, and the people are great. I mean, like I said, the improvement of the quality of the staff at the corporate and the improvement of the quality of the staff on the job sites is tremendous difference, just a huge difference. And it makes a big difference. It even makes for a more enjoyable experience. It really does. I mean, like I said, I miss this when I got to do something personal. It's like, I can't be here.
Right.
My wife has figured out, don't touch the calendar on Wednesday. She's not allowed. That's my day of locking it in. So
yeah.
It's rewarding from 2 perspectives. It's rewarding when you can look at something that you did. See, I like going home at the end of the day and say, I came here, we accomplished this was done. So you get that personal reward in it. And then the reward is, I mean, I make it a habit of going to all the turnovers where the people, and seeing them enjoying it and getting an opportunity to have a home. And you can tell that, this is great for them too. I mean, you got a family here, there's 6 bedrooms in this house. So this is gonna be a huge family. They're gonna have a huge opportunity. So it's enjoyable at 2 ends, from a personal thing and also seeing what happens to the families who get a home. I think it's great. It's great. I mean, I'd like to be building 20 homes if we could.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
But no, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah. Stan, is there anything I didn't ask that you think I should have, or something else you would want to bring up?
No, again, I think I brought up, well, I pretty much saw your question, so
yeah.
I pretty much knew what I wanted to add. I think the greatest strength of the organization, I'll go say it again, is the corporate staff, which keeps things running, and the volunteers who make it happen.
Yeah.
I think that is really the strength and the growth of this company, this organization. And it's obvious by virtue of the fact that you're taking over other habitats who haven't figured out how to make it work. So no, kudos to you guys and kudos to the volunteers who do it. I just wish there were more volunteers. That's all.
Yeah.
That's always a challenge. But if you have a good core group of volunteers, you can get a lot done.
Right. Certainly. Bailey, is there any questions that come up for you?
What would you say to somebody that may not? What would you say to somebody that may not know about being able to be a volunteer?
Well, I think first of all, you're missing a great opportunity.
Yeah.
It is a personal it's personal fun as well as personal growth and giving back to society. I mean, we all need to give back to society. We can't continue taking. We need to give back, and I enjoy giving back to society.
For sure. Yeah.
You're missing a great opportunity, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's a family.
Oh, definitely.
And I mentioned this to Charlene too. When we did our last round of volunteer surveys, over 75% of the people that responded also volunteer with another organization, whether it's a food pantry or their local library. So folks understand not only the importance of giving back, but contributing to a variety of things in the community.
I think, I mean, it's infectious. Once you start, you don't want to stop.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to stop. So, I mean, this is fun. This is really fun. It really is. We are volunteering. Yes, we are working. I don't want to make it sound like it's a big party, but you sweat. You're putting on roofs in the hot weather, and you work, but it's good work. It makes you feel good, and that's why I do it. To make me feel good.
Yeah. And like you said, you get to see your finished work at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, you see that you've done something. Like I've sided this whole side of this building, this 2-story building, by myself. Wow. But it's funny because when I got home, my wife doesn't let me touch any of this stuff, anything. She says, "You don't know how to do that." I go, "I just built a house, lady."
Yeah.
No, this is fun. It's
Well,
great.
we won't schedule anything on Wednesdays.